Joining me for more on the situation in Sudan is Dr. Majduline Tahir, Sudanese Political Analyst. Good to see you and thanks for your time. And now, security forces have fired tear gas at anti-coup protesters in the Sudanese capital today as tens of thousands marched in the latest demonstrations against a military takeover that took place just last month. So what's the aim of today's rally in the first place?
Thank you so much and good evening. And the aim of today's rally has been the aim of the people of the Sudan for 3 years ago, and we have not stopped marching non-violently for the same aim, and that is we want a civilian government, we want a civilian state, we want to change the system whereby military coup d'etat could be something of the past once and for all, because we have been ruled under the military for over 50 years since independence. So it's not just a question of changing one military phase by another. We do not want power sharing. We do not want an old military ruling. We want a civil state. We want a civil democratic state whereby there is a question of accountability, whereby there is a rule of law. This is what we want.
Well, Dr. Majduline, Hamdok already has announced what he calls a replacement of top officials in the country's police forces, firing those who oversaw the response to earlier demonstrations. Would you say anything has changed since then?
No, nothing has changed since then. And all these kind of cosmetic, superficial changes will not change the core system. The system itself is completely corrupt. The system allows for the same generals to repeatedly use their own brutal subordinates, colleagues at the police or the security forces, replace a set and introduce another. And I give you a small example. The prime minister, who himself is ordered by the leader of the country and by the military, the prime minister himself has absolutely no power. So therefore, he replaced a set of corrupt killers at the top of the police and the security forces by a new set, and the new set has just freshly allowed, and I mean freshly today, just a few hours ago, allowed for the killing and the attack inside the hospital. They have attacked the hospital, they broke down the windows, and they arrested an already injured number of protesters. And this is just a few hours. So replacing faces at the head of the police is just not the way forward, and it's not just going to work. Why? Because whoever they bring, they want them to work in order to suppress the protesters, and the protesters are adamant. So it's just a question of time. It is either us against them, and so far we have not lost any resilience or resource in order to continue for our very just cause.
For how long do you think the people can hold on and hold out till the government accedes to their demands?
You see, this is a very good question. Yet again, when you look at it, in order to answer this, look at it. If we stopped protesting, if we stopped our non-violent marches towards building a new future for our country, we have nothing to go back to. All we have to go back to is waiting for us is for the army leaders to engage us into a war with neighboring Ethiopia, whereby we are totally uninterested in that, and it doesn't serve the Sudan in any way to get engaged in Ethiopia. If we stop, which means we are going to be killed anyway in a neighboring war. What is awaiting for us is a war in Darfur, and there again we are also dying there. So what is awaiting for us is a total economic collapse, which is already happening. So it is not like we have an option It's not that we have an option or a second best or something. The military and the Islamists have been ruling the Sudan for over 30 years now. I would say 32 years. And what it is that they have given us no option. And therefore, our only option is our organization, our grassroots mobilization, our demonstrations, our work in the diaspora as well, constantly and continually trying to show the international community and rally support and so on, and that's our only option. Otherwise, we know what is awaiting for us. And what is awaiting for us is far worse than what we are facing now. If we think that we are facing now is brutality, and if we think that attacking the police, attacking hospitals, what is awaiting for us is even worse and more grief and more serious. These people have to go, or we will go. And we are over 40 million people. I think just doing the numbers, they will go and they will tire away, and we shall prevail. We are confident and adamant that we will. But it's a very long and complicated, complex. We call it the march towards independence, because so far we are not independent. The military and the few elite who are holding on to power, they are playing at the hands of every conceivable foreign power except the interest of the Sudanese people. Everybody from so many countries around our country are meddling into our business, and the sad thing is that even inside these kind of conflicting foreign interests, they are conflicting, so therefore they are pulling us this way and that way and tearing us, and has been the case for so long. And we just decided that enough is enough. And like I said, because we don't have an option, and this is our only way out.
I think it's a fine place for us to leave it. Our apologies, button in there. Dr. Majduline El Haj El Tahir, many thanks for unpacking this for us.